So places with a lot of books in them, I don't know, they've always just kind of overwhelmed me. If I'm not careful, like I'll spend like way too much time there. Like no joke, like on multiple occasions I've spent like 6 hours in Barnes & Noble and I don't even work there. When I was in high school, I went to the library like all the time. I go a lot now, but back then it was literally every day. I'd get home from school, I'd get on my bike, and I'd go to the library. You know, especially during that time period, I read some comic books. One that I read that I found really interesting was Teen Titans. Loved that show growing up. Not talking about the new one. I don't know, it could be good. I haven't watched it. It could. I don't know, tell me, is it good? There's this one issue where Impulse, like he was a Flash sidekick. He got shot in the knee by Deathstroke, which, side note, is probably about like the coolest villain ever. After he got out of the hospital, he basically just ran off at super speed, obviously. I mean, what else is he gonna do? He's a superhero. And he pulled a Sean and went straight to the library. Now what I was jealous of is that he was able to read every freaking book in the San Francisco library in like 2 hours. I mean, how awesome would it be to like have all the books in your head? Like, not physically, like your head would explode, but whatever. So I read this as a kid and I was thinking just like, wow, what if I do this? Like, could I ever do this? Like obviously not like 2 hours, you know, give me like a week or something, maybe I could do it. So I pulled the ultimate nerd move and I did a little bit of back of the envelope calculations, and like a lot of the numbers I'm about to use are averages, about, sorta. I'll put my sources in the description. So the average word count of a book is about 85,000. The average library holds about 706,000 books. Put those two numbers together and the average word count of an entire library would be about 60 billion. And of course, the average adult reading speed is about 300 words per minute. If you set up camp at the average library on January 1st, 2016, at midnight, right as the ball is falling, and then you just read like non-stop until like you're done with the library. Friday night in high school. You'd be finished by Christmas Eve. 2396. So with no breaks at all, it would take you just a hair under 381 years to read an entire library. So I guess I need to find a new childhood dream to conquer. Yeah. But then what if we teamed up? What if we got everybody who has a card at that library and we just got all of them together and said, okay, you take these books, you take those, and collectively we'll have read the entire library. That is actually surprisingly doable. The average library has about 60,604 card holders. Each person would only have to read about 12 books. The entire project would only take about 55 hours a person. And that's a pretty busy work week, but yeah, let's get it done. But of course, it's not quite as impressive though, is it? No. If we want to see if one person could conceivably read every book by themselves within a lifetime. If we had to get anybody to do that job, it would have to be Ann Jones. Ann Jones is a 6-time winner of the World Speed Reading Competition. She's also known for walking into a Borders at the release party for Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows and just reading the whole thing in 47 minutes, and then later proved she wasn't skimming by giving like a very comprehensive review for Sky News. Her reading speed clocks in at about 4,251 words per minute. That is a superpower right there. Given the same task that we outlined earlier, this New Year's Eve you get down and read books. She joins you at that library. You're done in 381 years. She would finish at 4:15 p.m. November 19th, 2042. She'd only need about 37 years. And then it all comes back to Impulse. How fast is that dude reading? I mean, seriously. It's disgusting. Now, it's unclear in the comic book like exactly how long it took him, but I'm gonna guess about 2 hours. Based on that, with like the 3.5 million books that are in the San Francisco library, he had to be reading at no slower than 2,463,790,875 words per minute. In case you're wondering, I just broke down the mathematical and statistical particulars of a comic book character reading books while wearing glasses. Check and mate.